Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Timothy, and on this channel, I speak everything personal finance. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you 5 things that you can do in your 20s to build wealth. Now, I'm currently in my 20s and building as much wealth as I can at my income. So I want you to do these 5 things so we can be on the same page when it comes to building wealth. Now, your 20s is one of the best times to build your wealth because you have time on your side. The earlier you start building your wealth, the earlier you start investing and saving money, the better you will have it in retirement. So the first thing you want to do in your 20s to build your wealth is to save early and save often. Like I said, the earlier you start saving, the better. The more money you save at an early age, the better. And the best way for me to explain this to you is by giving you a comparison between two people. Alex invests $200 per month into a retirement account, earning an average annual return of 7%. Over 40 years, Alex will have contributed $96,000. However, thanks to compound interest, their account grows to approximately $480,000 by the age of 60. Jamie invests the same $200 per month with the same 7% return. Over 30 years, Jamie contributed $72,000, but without the extra decade of compounding, their account only grows by $240,000. This example just shows how important and how impactful compound interest is. By investing 10 years earlier than Jamie, Alex nearly doubles his investments. Time is truly one of the greatest assets you can have. So go and open your IRA, go and open your Roth IRA, go and open your 401k and fund your retirement today. And the second thing you need to be doing in your 20s to build wealth is to live on a budget. Now, I always talk about budgets on this channel. One of the main budgets that I talk about is the 50-30-20 rule, which states that you spend 50% of your income on needs, you spend 30% of your income on wants, and you spend 20% of your income on savings/investing. So you need to be living on a budget. You need to set limits on how much you spend in certain categories. So if you realize that you spend about $400 to $500 a month on groceries, then that is what you're going to aim to spend on groceries. You have to be sure to not overspend in these areas so you can have that extra money to save and invest for your future. You need to know where all your dollars are going, and by building a budget, this will help you out tremendously. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, one of the best ways to budget is by allocating dollars to certain categories. You need to allocate dollars to different checking account and different saving account. You should be saving automatically. So 20% of your income should be saved automatically. Automation is truly one of the best ways to build wealth, and I will live to that until the day I die because I automate everything. I automate all the money that goes to my needs, I automate all the money that goes to my wants, and I automate all the money that's going to go into my savings and my investments. So just try to automate your money as much as you can because it will really help you stay on track and build your wealth. But also with that 20%, it can be for saving, investing, but if you are in debt, then we're going to put that 20% towards debt. And the third thing you're going to do in your 20s in order to build wealth is diversify your investments. We don't want to have all of our eggs in one basket because when that basket breaks or when that basket goes down, we're going to be in a rough position. So we want to have our income spread over different baskets. We want to have some eggs, which are money, in a basket of real estate. We want to have eggs, which is money, in a basket of stocks. We want to have eggs in a basket of bonds. We want to have our money spread throughout these wealth building activities. So if one basket were to break, the other basket may still be doing well. Now, for me personally, I have eggs in a basket of real estate, I have eggs in a basket of stocks, and I don't really have too many eggs in a basket of bonds, but that's only because I'm so young and I have so much time to be building wealth that I don't really have time to be messing with bonds and the slow growth that goes in that basket. I diversify my income by putting it into real estate, which I have a property and then this house hack, and then I put money into stocks and ETFs, and I invest in SP 500, which is a collection of the top 500 companies, which is a very safe investment that a lot of you should be investing in. And I save money into my high yield savings account, which gives me about a 4% return on my money. So start small and gradually expand as you gain confidence and more money. A diversified portfolio not only protects you from losses, but it also ensures that your gains are very steady and safe. And the fourth thing that you're going to be doing in your 20s is to build an emergency fund. I cannot tell you how important an emergency fund is. Imagine your car were to break down, or you had some kind of medical bill, or you lost your job. You had no money but credit cards to turn to. So now you're going in debt, maybe $10,000 to $15,000, depending on how bad the emergency is. So you want to build this emergency fund. Now, how I recommend that people build emergency funds, and it's just stuff that I learned from YouTube or stuff that I read from books, is to build it to a 3 or a 6 month emergency fund. So you're going to build a 3 month emergency fund if you have a dual household income, or if you were to lose your job, you can get a job easily. And you're going to build a 6 month or a 12 month emergency fund if you have like a single household income. Maybe one of the parents is a stay-at-home parent, or you work in sales or a job where you might not be able to get another job in that position for a few months. So you want to have that big buffer, and that's why we build a 6 month emergency fund. And like I said, an emergency fund really helps you from going into credit card debt when an emergency happens. Now, if you're in your 20s, you should really look to build this emergency fund before you start investing. So if you're in your 20s and you live with your parents, or you're living with a roommate, really take advantage of that living expense, because when you manage those living expenses, that is really the hack. That's what I'm doing. I'm house hacking. I'm managing my living expenses, and that's where most of your money goes. It goes to these living expenses. It goes to your rent, it goes to the mortgage, it goes to the utilities, it goes to the Wi-Fi, it goes to all these different things. So if you're in a position in your 20s where you're living with parents, take advantage of that and save as much money as you can for your emergency fund. Invest as much money as you can for your future, because this is going to be one of the only times we're going to have no expenses or super low expenses. And this is something I wish I would have taken advantage of when I was in college, but no one's really telling me about investing or saving. But now I'm basically in the situation where I'm living with my parents, in a sense, because I'm living for free. If I were living with my parents, I might be paying $200 or $500 in rent, but here I live for free. So I can put that money, I can build an emergency fund in a few months, because the housing expense is not a burden on me. The housing expense is super low. It's really nothing. So look to build your emergency fund in your 20s, and also be sure to store this money into a high yield savings account. Now, in a high yield savings account, you're getting a 4% to 5% return on your money, just for it to be in there. Now, I have Ally Bank linked in the description. It's a high interest savings account that I love and that I want you guys to check out. So go to the description, check it out, and let me know what you think. And the fifth thing you need to do in your 20s or to build wealth is to build your financial knowledge. We cannot be ignorant to our finances in our 20s. Now, this is where we set our base for the rest of our life, and we need to know the ins and outs of money. We need to know how interest rates work. We need to know about high yield savings accounts. We need to know about investing. Now, you don't need to know everything about investing. You need to have a base when it comes to investing. We need to know how money works. We need to know where our money is going. So build your financial knowledge. And there's a few ways that you can build your financial knowledge for cheap, especially in your 20s. You might not have that much money, but there's a few ways that you can build your financial knowledge. So the first thing you could do in order to build your financial knowledge is reading books. Now, there are so many books out there. There's so many ways that you can get access to books for free. Now, you can go to your public library. There's many websites out there where you can actually get access to books for free. Now, I'm not saying you should go to these websites, because you definitely should support the authors of these books. But if you're really low on money, there's so many ways to get the knowledge that you seek. And a couple books that I would recommend is Rich Dad Poor Dad, which is one of the basic books that everyone talks about. And the second book would be The Simple Path to Wealth by J.K. Collins. Now, there's also a lot of channels and videos on YouTube that will help you gain the financial knowledge that you need. Of course, you can follow my channel. I think I have some pretty good stuff on here about finances and just helping you manage your finances. But there's so many channels out there, like I Will Teach You to Be Rich, or if you want to see what you're not supposed to do, you can follow Caleb Hammer. There's The Money Guys, which is a really good YouTube channel that gives you the basics and really doesn't make finances too complicated. So I recommend that you guys check them out as well. And then there's podcasts. Now, I love podcasts, especially when I'm going to work, when I'm going to the gym, when I'm going to the grocery store. I always have a podcast on. Now, there are two podcasts that has really helped me, that has really changed my mind on finances, and has helped me understand investing and where to invest and where to put my money, and how I should really be operating in the real world as an adult with my money. So the first podcast is the Personal Finance Podcast, and the second is one that I've just started listening to for about a year now, is the Rich Habits Podcast. There is so much to learn out there when it comes to finances, and the more you know, the more confident and empowered you feel when it comes to managing your finances. And that is it. So those are the 5 things that you can do in your 20s to build wealth. Those are the 5 things that I'm doing in my 20s to build wealth. And I hope you guys really paid attention, took notes of this video, and are able to implement the things that I'm talking about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment in the comment section about what you're investing in or what you're doing in your 20s to improve your financial wealth. Also, I want you guys to reach out to me. I want to hear about your finances. I want to go back and forth and talk about finances because I just love to talk about it. I love to get finances off my chest, and I love to take in your guys' finances and just talk it out. I just want to be that person that you could just talk to about anything that comes to finances. So reach out to me. I'll put my email around here, and it will also be in the description. So I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.